This video is to show the geocode interactive rematch. My reference file for this geocode that I completed, yours may be different, but for mine it was Pierce Roads. I've already exported the data table into a DBF or DBase format, and I'm in Excel now. I need to open up that document. I'm going to open. I'm in my data table or data folder, but I cannot see my Pierce Roads table. I see an XML, but that is not the document. The problem is I need to change this from all Excel files to all files. Now I have all of my data showing. Pierce Roads table, I open the DBF. And this is my reference file for my geocode. This document has every street segment in the layer. There are, goodness, I don't know how many, thousands, 51,000 records in this table, and it corresponds to ArcMap, where there are, in my attribute table, 51,309. Each of these segments, if I just go here and zoom to and close this, each of these items is a segment. As I pan out, you can tell that each segment, that's why there's 53,000. Back in my table, I've got, again, each line segment that I need to use to help my interactive rematch. The first step in doing this is I'm going to freeze the top pane so that I can see the headers. And to do this, I'm going to go to View, Freeze Panes, and freeze the top row. Now when I scroll, I can still see the very top header. The next process will help me find my street. I know that I need to find 6th Ave. It doesn't matter what you're looking for, but one of my bars that I had to match in this process was on 6th Avenue. And to find that easily, I'm going to sort my data. And I do that by clicking the Alt-D-S. Everything gets selected, and I'm going to have 3 different levels. The first item I'm going to sort by is name, which is the name of the street. I'm going to add a level and choose left from. And actually that should do it for me, because the left 2 in this column are related to the left from. I'm going to leave it at 2 sort levels and say OK. I'm also going to sort anything that looks like a number as a number. I'll say OK there. And now I have everything sorted by name, and then after name it goes to the left from column. I'm going to search with Control F, in this case for 6th, and I'm going to check match case and match entire cell contents, because I don't want to find 106th. I just want to find 6th. Find next, and from here I can close and scroll down to find my number. In my case, I'm looking for 6th Ave that includes an address of 2403. And that is actually an R from and an R2, because it's an odd number. 2403. And I would find that, here's my 6th Ave, 2401 to 2451. 2403 would fit in here, which means that this is the row that I'm looking for. Now I have to compare my information with my interactive rematch. To do that, I need to go back to ArcMap. I've got to go into my ArcMap here geocoding result, TAC bars is the layer, Pierce locator is in my geocode toolbar, and I click interactive or review and rematch addresses, which is the interactive rematch right here. I'm going to go to unmatched addresses, and the very first one is 24036 Ave. That's where I was getting these numbers from. 24036 Ave, and it's saying it tried to find it in 98418 zip code. I did find 24036 Ave back in my data table. 24036 Ave would fall in here, but for some reason it wasn't matched, and this is a little bit of investigation to figure out why it didn't match. I look again, 24036 Ave, and then compare the zip code that it tried to find. 98418 is what the address said was the bar's address. Again, this is the TAC bars information. This isn't the Pierce address information. The Pierce address information should be correct, and that's where this layer is, and it's also part of this Pierce Roads table. I noticed that the Pierce Roads table has 98406. That would be the correct zip code for 2403 on 6th Ave. 98406. And make a note of that, 98406, and once again go back to my ArcMap and my rematch, and it's 98418. This is where I'm going to type in that new address, new zip code, 98406, and try to match it. As you notice, it pops up with 80 candidates. I look at the table. I find 24036 Ave, 98406. It shows a score of 100% now. That is correct. Because it is correct, I can just say match, and the match type becomes M for match. I'm going to open this up a little bit more. If I look at unmatched addresses, now I only have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, where originally I started with 8. Because 6th Ave pub, which was in here, is gone because it was matched. And that's how you do an interactive rematch. The next thing I would do to continue on would be to look at the next item, unmatched. It is Ben Dew's Clubhouse Grill. I'd go back and start looking for 6501 6th Ave and repeat the process. Check the zip code. I would also, if that didn't work, I would probably Google Ben Dew's Clubhouse Grill to make sure this is the correct address. Remember that you won't always match. Sometimes businesses disappear, roads change. It is okay to not match all addresses. You don't want to match them manually if they're incorrect. And in this case, to get a match, you'll need at least an 80% score. That's how you perform an interactive rematch, by using this window, data from your ArcMap, and your table of reference streets. I hope this helped.